Hey everyone, Captain Beards here, bringing you another Langrisser mobile video. Let's get it. Alright guys, so as you can see by the title of this video, this is going to be your character guide / showcase on the man VARGAS. But before we get into that, I did mention an update talk yesterday, and I did mention all the things coming to the game, but there was one thing that wasn't announced, which I feel is extremely important. I need to mention it, which is the Regal Uprising banner. Now this is your focus banner, so if you do not have one of these girls here, you are guaranteed that person first for your first summon. So the first SSR hero you summon during this event is guaranteed to be the one you don't have. Now I'm pretty sure after you summon one, so for instance, if you have Sherry, and then if you don't have Angelina or Liana and you summon and you end up getting Angelina, I don't think this stays around. Comment down below and let me know if this will stay around, meaning that the next SSR hero you would get would end up being Liana too. So comment down below and let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. If it did, then a lot of people will be very excited, but it might not work that way. But a lot of you guys have been waiting for this banner. You guys have been waiting for that focus banner for Liana. So if you do not have your girl, now is the perfect time to go and get her. Even Sherry herself, if you don't have her, she is worth it too. And Angelina is very good too, especially if you're trying to build the Zoraida Meteor Strike team. So do understand that these three units are extremely solid, extremely good, and I love all three of these units. I think they're phenomenal units. So just needed to mention that real quick, guys, that the focus banner is up. Like I said, I mentioned it in my upcoming banner talk, but I did say that things can change. The dates can change. The banners can completely change. You know, we could get new units next week for all we know. So just be ready for that and be prepared for that. I do wish they were a little bit more noticeable or gave us more notice on what banners are coming, just because if you've been going hard like me for Zoraida and Juggler, then you're kind of screwed. Like, look at that, you're kind of screwed on this banner here. Luckily for me, I have all three, thank goodness, but just letting you guys know that. So alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into the character guide / showcase for your man Varg. Alright, so going over to Varg here, I have him at level 51. I've been working on his levels here. Now, as you can see by my team comps here, guys, I've been heavily working more on my Leon than anybody else. I've been just focusing a lot on him, trying to get him up there. But Varg does have a place for me in my squad too for focusing on. Now, I still am going to do the video on Vargas versus Freya. I know a lot of people are saying Vargas is a million times better, but I think they both have extremely high qualities and high traits that make them specific for certain scenarios. But anyways, let's get into the man Varg. So he is gonna be your green tank, so said to be the best tank in the game. He is supposed to be an SSR tank pretty much. Starting from the upgrade class section here, now he has two paths and both of them are pretty much tankish, which is going to be the Brave path and the Royal Vanguard. Now the Royal Vanguard is pretty much where you want to sit if you just want to be a solid tank, but I do recommend spending some runes into him to go ahead and pick up the Stone Colossus from the Brave path. The Stone Colossus is probably the greatest thing you can pick up from the Brave path. Yes, he does have Battle Cry, which is not too bad. Dispels one buff from the enemy, decreases enemies attack and defense by 10%. Do understand though, Varg is not really supposed to be an attacker. He's supposed to be the guy that jumps in front of attacks. He's supposed to be the guy that defends everybody else. So running Battle Cry is not really worth it unless you are making him an offense unit, which is really weird. And then he's got Power Stab. Now Power Stab is pretty good. Attacks a single enemy dealing damage equal to 1.5 times before battle. Grants buff Powerful Stab. Replaces attack with defense times 1.6 times last 2 turns. This is really good too, but like I said, if you are trying to build him where he wants to be, which is that tankish path, then you probably have no place for this either. Now, like I said, if you can invest the runes in this guy, go ahead and pick up the Stone Colossus. These units are phenomenal. When soldier HP is below 70%, damage taken is decreased by 10%. So you're going to take less damage the less health he has. And Varg is always sitting in that least health range. And then that opportunity to revive again is pretty nice too. So Stone Colossus, very solid to pick up in the Brave path. You have other things here like attack, intimidate, which is okay. Then you got armor pierce, which is not too bad either. But like I said, I think your best bet, your best bang for your buck, if you're not trying to invest any runes in this guy, just go ahead and pick up the Royal Vanguard. You will not be disappointed in that. Now going into his talent here, which is amazing. Physical damage reduction increases when unit has higher HP. So you're going to want to build this guy HP. You know, the more HP you build him, the less damage he's going to take. Now that's physical damage. So do note, if a mage hits this guy, he's still going to get hit pretty hard. So understand that, guys. Reduces damage by up to 22%. So it can go up to 22% damage reduction there. And then after he receives a fatal blow, so after somebody kills him, he will revive with 21% HP. So if you build him a lot of HP, what's going to end up happening is if you kill him, he's going to come back with a lot of HP. So understand that, guys. This effect can be triggered one time during each battle. So that means he can only res once on one map, and then that's it for him. Once you kill him, it's over. He does have an outfit here, but it's not attainable. Definitely want to get that outfit because that's super dope. Anyways, and he is part of two factions, which is going to be the Empire Honors, Fusion Power. I keep saying factions. Fusion Power. He's part of the Empire Honors, Fusion Power, and the Strategic Masters. He fits well on both teams. Now, depending though, because you can actually make your boy Sephiroth a very strong tank too. So if you have your boy Sephiroth as a tank, then you might not want to put him on the Strategic Masters unless you're running double tanks, which is actually very powerful in itself. But if you're running Sephiroth has the flyer like I am, then yeah, having him on that team is beautiful. And then for the Empire Honors team, same rules kind of apply here because you got Sephiroth there. But still, running him is extremely powerful. He is a very strong tank, guys. He is an SSR tank without a doubt. Now going into the skills here, now as you can see, I've used all my costs here, and I am running Unbreakable Guardian, which is an absolute must. You need to run this. You have to run this. You must run this, right? So if you end up going into the Brave path, you are going to miss out on Unbreakable Guardian, which I say you need to get. Now, Unbreakable Guardian, so takes physical attacks instead for nearby units. Now, this is going to happen automatically. So you don't even have to activate it. You just go right next to an ally, and if somebody's about to attack them, he jumps right in front of the shot. Now, if you activate it, guard range increases up to 2 blocks, chance of being critically hit reduced by 20%, and grants the buff Power Stab, changes attack to 1.6 times defense. So if you did build him with a bit of attack, he's going to get that extra defense stack on top of his attack, which is really good too. Now, there are multiple ways to build this guy, so attack and defense, I'll go into that when we get to the equipment section, but this is a very strong thing. Just the fact that he can jump in front of shots, and then once you activate this, you know, that for the enemy to get a critical hit is going to be very low, and then he gains more defense. It's just going to be very bad for the opponent. Moving on to the next passive that I chose, or next thing I chose, is going to be Heavy Shield. When attacked with a melee attack, 25% chance to decrease damage taken by 50%. So stacked with your Unbreakable Guardian, that means he's going to jump in front of shots. And then he has he reduces being critically hit, reduced by 20%. And then on top of that, if this kicks off, you're going to reduce your damage taken by 50%. This is busted. Now, yes, it's only a 25% chance, but still, that's pretty busted. 50%. That means if you ever fought Vargas in PvP and you hit him with your very powerful unit and you're like, what the hell happened? This guy just tanked the crap out of that. It's because they're running Heavy Shield and it kicked off. So be very mindful of Heavy Shield, guys. If you see the enemy unit with Heavy Shield, be extremely mindful for that, because the person could get very lucky and it could just keep kicking off, which 50% reduction in damage is insane. My next passive here is going to be Last Stand. Now this is another passive, so I don't have to activate it. When unit HP is lower than 50%, when entering battle, defense and magic defense increase by 10%. Now, do note, this is when entering battle, so it's not when attacking, so he doesn't have to attack. If he gets attacked or if he is attacking, this is just entering battle, period. and his health is lower than 50%, which you'll be surprised it actually does get there a lot. Defense and magic defense increase by 10%. So just adding to his little tankish abilities and sustainability here. Now you can switch up some of these moves. Protect is really good. The thing about Protect is I feel like Unbreakable Guardian is just pretty much Protect, but without the whole 5% reduction. So physical damage taken decreased by 5%. When nearby friendly units are under physical attack, takes damage in their place. So pretty much it's the first part of Unbreakable Guardian, except you're not going to get the 5% damage reduction. But like I said, Unbreakable Guardian adds a little bit more because you can proc off things. Now if you're you're just trying to tank all the damage in the world, then go ahead and swap off Last Stand for Protect, so that way you can take even less damage. And then you got attack support. After taking action, attack and int of one nearby friendly unit increases by 15%. Grants immunity. This is pretty good, but I don't recommend it at all. Moving into his class here, in his more advanced state here, he does get the Guardian Infantries, which are really good. When attacked and your soldier HP is above 80%, defense increases by 15%. So definitely not bad units, and it makes him a green-red, which is pretty cool. Now the soldiers, right? The soldiers I'm currently going with are going to be the Vanguard Lancers. Do I recommend them? Kind of, not really. I mean, if you're trying to be a little bit offensive, then yeah, the Vanguard Lancers, not too bad. Just because when soldier HP is below 70%, attack increases by 15%. So it gives him a little bit more oomph, more damage, and you might want that for him. Now do note, the Guardian Infantries are extremely good, and they're just going to add to his whole defensive kit, so I think they're a little bit better. And then the Stone Colossus I think are even better, just because they're going to add to his defense mechanism too. Now on top of that, the Stone Colossus are also green, making him a pure green tank, so that is something else to understand, guys. But you have a wide variety here. But if you do not have the Stone Colossus or the Guardian Infantry, then yes, the Vanguard Lancers are not bad. The other ones I kind of don't recommend. If you're fighting a lot of red units, then yeah, throwing on the Orcs is not too bad. But yeah, so Vanguard Lancers, unless you have the Stone Colossus or the Guardian Infantries. Moving into the equipment here. So it took me a while to build his equipment, just because I had no idea where to go with this guy. If I'm going to be real with you guys, like, I knew so many ways to go that it was like hurting my brain. So I looked at the weapon, and I wanted weapons and things that were revolved around defense. So things like this, where this weapon, defense plus 4%, in battle ignores 6% of enemies' defense. So this is gonna let him hit a little bit harder, and on top of that, I'm getting the attack plus 5%, which is not too crazy, but it's still pretty good, and defense plus 2%. So it's pretty good. So that goes hand in hand with the skill of this weapon. So that's why I went with this. And then as you can see with my Aenea's armor, I got defense plus 4% again, and then received heal effect plus 4%, which is not too bad since he's going to be healed up a lot, since he's the tank of the group. And then for the stats, I got magic defense 7%, because like I said, he can't jump in front of magic shots. So if he does get hit by a magic shot, at least he's going to have that magic defense. And then the HP plus 3%, HP 16, so not too bad, giving him a little bit more HP here. And then we got our next Emerald Helmet. So I went with Emerald Helmet, it's magic defense. I might swap this out, but since I re-rolled really good stats on this, I'm definitely going to be keeping it around for a bit. I got attack plus 2%, defense plus 7%, magic defense plus 8%. So very good stats there that I rolled on that. So I'm definitely liking this helmet. And then we got our amulet, which is decreases melee damage taken by 4%, which is beautiful because he's going to jump in front of shots consistently. So he's going to just take less damage. And defense plus 3%. If I could roll better stats on that, I would. But he did break a lot of my gold. Now for the for the enchantments. Now as you can see, I went with steel. Now hear me out. I went with steel because if you look at steel, you're going to get HP plus 10%, right? And then damage taken is decreased by 10%. This goes really well with his talent, right? Because his talent, physical damage reduction, increases when unit has higher HP. So the more HP it has, the less damage he's going to take. And you want to keep him at a high HP so that way he can keep taking hits, and then eventually when he takes enough hits, all his other stuff will proc off. His soldiers will get their buffs and all that other good stuff. So having him at a lot of HP is not a bad thing. It's just gonna make him more self-sustainable. Now do note that with the steel, the damage taken is decreased by 10%, so that does add to his other stuff. So when he does get hit, when he does jump in front of those shots, he's gonna be able to tank that damage much easier. Now you can easily, and I mean easily, let's go to the forge here, easily build this guy on a blue. Right now, my original Vargas had hard rock, which is defense and magic defense plus 5%. When HP is below 50%, there's a 50% chance to restore 15% HP after battle. So this is not bad either. Going with this one is really solid, and going with I believe ice, yes, ice is really solid too, which I see some people build him. So hard rock and ice I definitely recommend too. They are very good. And even running a dual set, so if you want to run 2-piece ice or 2-piece hard rock to get the 5% defense and magic defense, and then run a 2-piece steel to get 10% HP, that is extremely good too. Now if you're trying to make this guy pure HP and just lots and lots of HP, then throw on a 2-piece tree of life, which gives him 10% HP, and then throw on like a 2-piece thorns or a 2-piece steel, any one of those combinations, and then you'll have a total of 20% increase in his HP, which will be mental. It'll be insane. You're not going to get the damage reduction, and you're not going to get the 4-piece passives, but it still help out tremendously. Anyways guys, so that's my current build for Vargas. So let's go ahead and get into the showcase.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, so we're in the showcase here. Now we are running a time rift. I believe this is chapter 6. The enemies are level 45s, so they are pretty high up there in levels. And I'm running it's a 3-person team time rift. So I'm going to be running Leon with the fusion power, then we got our boy Varg, and then we got our healer to constantly keep Varg's health up, so that way he can tank a lot more, keeping him close to our healer, so that way the healer can never get hit. And on top of that, being that they're demons, our healer will be able to dish out some damage, and Varg will just be able to jump in front of the shots, so she'll never be taking any damage. And then Leon with the mobility, he'll be able to get around and escape very easily here. Now it's funny because that 2 hours later sign that came up was legitimate because something happened with the internet, and that caused the time to kind of pass by pretty by here. So I'm sorry for the later upload. I know I usually upload my videos pretty early in the morning, but due to the fact that what happened with the online services where I'm at, that caused this to be a little bit on the later side. Alright, so what we'll do here is we'll throw Varg right here, and we'll throw in the defense move here. Beautiful. His mobility is not too bad, especially being a green Lancer unit. Alright, so she's able to dish out pretty good damage there, and then what's going to happen here, of course we got our allies here. Well, they're going to do okay damage, nothing too crazy there. Then we got Chris. It's funny how Chris is doing more damage than Leiden. Like, yeah, she's a holy, but still. Like, come on. Chris is a beast, though. Alright, so they're attacking the friendly units there. If the friendly units die, do I lose this mission? Is that a thing? No, okay. Yeah. Alright, cool. I like when the missions are like that. So they're going to go straight after Varg just because they know that they can't handle our Liana here, which is perfectly fine. Alright, there we go. And we're going to have our Varg come forward here, and then we'll have Liana trace right behind him here. We'll do this. Make sure he's at 100% health here. Now, like I said, what's awesome about this is even if those slimes were to go after Liana, which I'm pretty sure they won't, but if they did, what's pretty cool is that Varg will actually jump in front of those shots. So, there you go. Hopefully Leiden and Chris get killed, so that way these slimes will go after my main team here, but doesn't seem to be the case. They're struggling here. She's almost down for the count. Okay, I think Leiden is definitely gonna go down in this next turn here. There we go. Okay, that's a good thing because, like I said, now lets our Varg show off a little bit here. So we're gonna have a Varg come in. How far can Ileana go? Okay, so she can go that far. All right, we'll have Varg sit right here and have these slimes come in pretty much for the kill. So we're gonna activate Prayer here, so that way Varg will be healing consistently. And then let's go ahead and have Leon finish off these side units over here. So that way we could just see what Varg's got against these units and the tanking capabilities here. There we go. Chris with the heals. Alright, so now they're going to go after our boy Varg here. Tanking 3,400 damage. That's pretty good. Nothing too crazy, but still really good there. Now they are activating defense break on him, but as you can see, he's still tanking. And then heavy shield just activated. That means 50% damage reduction. He only took 968 there, and he's at below that 70% threshold. That means now he's actually going to dish out more damage here. Now do note, he was able to tank all that. He still has his fatal blow. So if he goes down and dies here, bonding realm, sorry bro. If he goes down and dies here, then he will come back to life with 21% HP. So still really good, and I can just heal him up here. Easy peasy. And then we'll just have Leon stay there and then have these slimes come in and try. Heavy shield procced off again. He's going to take 50% less damage. 2,500 there. They got a defense break there, so he is going to take a little bit more damage, but still able to tank that. They got another defense break, but heavy shield procced off again, guys. That's 25% chance to proc off, and that's a 50% damage reduction. So that is crazy powerful, guys, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to let his HP stay exactly like that. And we're just going to, yeah, we're just going to keep it like that. Hopefully the Chris doesn't move forward here and get involved too much here. And we're just going to see what our boys got here. Oh, of course Chris is going to get involved and heal him up. I was really hoping he would get killed here, so that way he can res, and you can see how much he would res with. Heavy shield procced off again. Let's go. Heavy shield procced off again. That's insane. All we needed was a third one. Third time's a charm. So he's not dishing out a crazy amount of damage, but as you can see here, just able to defense all that, just tank all of those shots, and still have enough HP to, you know, move around and do some damage himself is also really clutch. Now let's go ahead and take a look at his units here, his Vanguard soldiers here. When soldier HP is below 70%, attack increases by 15%. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have him attack a unit here. Now first of all, let's make sure okay, so we are fusion power activated. Let's have him attack the soldier here. Now even if he does die here, it's not really a big deal. He is going to come back to life. 2,240 there, nothing too crazy there. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and have him go again here. Now I believe he's still below that 70% threshold, well his soldiers are, so I think it counts for, yeah, so soldier HP. So his soldier HP is definitely below 70%, which is BEA beautiful, so he still gets that attack. So let's see it here. Now he is getting his defense broken there, so that did hurt him there, and then his soldiers did get killed, which did hurt him there, which there's a whole argument and spiel on the whole soldier thing, guys, so be mindful of that if his soldiers get killed, he's not going to dish out a lot of damage, but you still should be able to see him tank quite a bit here. Of course, Chris is going to come in with the heals again, and now Varg is going to jump in front of all these shots again here. So tanking that, he's not going to dish out a lot of damage because his soldiers are now gone, but he's still going to tank really strong here. So understand that, guys. So as a damage dealer, it's not going to be there. You're not going to see lots of deeps from this guy, which is perfectly fine because I mean, his job is not to do damage. His job is to tank it. His job is to sit here, and if I could go around here to the front, like for instance, we'll do this. We'll do this, and then we'll activate this, right? Showing you guys an example here. Now, if I were to move my Leon forward, it won't let me do it right now. But if I were to move my Leon forward here and attack the slime, or move him right here and attack the slime, and then move my Leon in that spot where the slime is, and somebody goes to attack my Leon, Varg will jump in front of that. So that's his job. His job is just to protect the units. So gives your units a little bit more range and a little bit more mobility. Let me skip this, I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. And a little bit more mobility. So I hope you guys enjoyed that guide / showcase on the man Varg. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support the channel. Thank you guys. We are back at 500 subscribers. We just need 500 more and we will be back at our 1,000 mark. It is kind of depressing not seeing my 1,000 mark because that was a huge goal for me, and you know, being set back has really kind of demotivated me a little bit, but I'm still bringing that content and I'm still here grinding for you guys. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grinding. It's your boy Captain Beards. Peace out.